Guys, I think the Rahul, our data science expert, is rejoining. He has some technical issue. In a moment, I think he should be back.
Audible?
Rahul, I'm able to hear. Participants, you can
Yes,
just
yes, now.
confirm if you're able to. Yeah, Vinod also confirmed that he can hear. Anuj
Okay.
Bansal. Anuj, you're able to hear us now? Rahul, just speak up once again. Okay, he says all good.
I'm audible.
Okay, I think
Okay.
Srinivasan also confirmed that he can hear. Okay, cool.
All right, let me reshare my screen. Okay. So what I was saying is that we have implemented certain solutions with our client as well, where we are creating the MCQs, assessment is happening automatically, and the results are coming also automatically with the help of Gen AI, right? So I will be showing you one of the simple solution here as of now, although we implemented a very exhaustive solution for our client. But as you guys are coming from L&D background as well, so you may be doing this type of work, and I just wanted to give you the idea that how this can help you to create your own solutions, right? So automating role-based assessments for faster, fairer, and scalable learning measurement designed for L&D leaders and trainers. So transforming assessment from bottleneck to strategic asset. The challenge is basically current assessment model depend on linear human effort. Manual creation is slow. Evaluation is subjective, and scaling across growing learner count is operationally impossible. The solution is an automated AI-driven engine using. I used Python and one of the frameworks, which is LangGraph. Although you can use any of the frameworks, right? There are a lot of frameworks available. There are a lot of no-code type of solutions are also available. You can go for that, which handles the end-to-end workflow from generating role-specific MCQs to instant deterministic grading. The impact which client had, what they have already mentioned to us is they had increased the speed with the percentage of 80 to 90%, which is reduction in the content creation time. Efficiency was 100% reduction in manual grading time, and quality is zero bias, evaluation with instant actionable feedback. So that was the benefit which client got, and these are some of the tangible numbers which they have shared with us. Where human effort slows organizational agility. So manual creation, trainers spend hours writing MCQs. Generic output, time pressure leads to non-specific content. Subject evaluation, manual grading creates inconsistency and bias. And delayed feedback, learners wait days for shallow feedback. Consequences, trainer burnout from repetitive admin work, slow training cycles, lagging business needs, and limited visibility into actual skill gaps. So these are some of the challenges you must also be facing in while creating the content from your side, or maybe someone who is creating content for you. Traditional assessment models break under scale. Assessment creation and evaluation currently depend heavily on linear human effort. The breakpoints are role complexity, custom content needs outspace trainer capacity. Scaling from hundreds to thousands to learners is impossible manually, and business demands speed, but manual grading is slow. So what if the grading and all also will be taken care by the Gen AI model itself, right? So that is the gap which we are trying to fill with the help of this solution, with the help of Gen AI models. So here you can see a graph as well, manual assessment capacity and how it grew over the period of time with the help of Gen AI. So automatic creation generates role-based MCQ instantly, right? Suppose I am a data analyst and I want to create MCQs for data analyst based on certain topics. It will generate that. Then you will get an option for learners to take that particular assessment, and then you will get the instant evaluation as well, and it will give you the score. And everything we can store in a database which we can use later on for further analysis, right? So it's a fully end-to-end solution where creation, attempt, and your result coming in, and all these are captured in the database as well. Here is the end-to-end workflow. You have to define the role, which particular role you have to create MCQs for, whether it's customer support or data analytics or some other use case. AI creates job relevant MCQs and explanations. Learner attempts assessment via UI. You will be having a front end where learner will pass and give the exam. AI performs the deterministic scoring and feedback. It will give me the proper feedback as well based on the solution or based on the answer which was given by user who attempted the exam. And then you will get the insights, system output, scores, gaps, and actions, right? So it will give you the actionable insights as well. So this is the entire workflow we have. You will define the role, skill taxonomy, Python application with the help of OpenAI API, do all the task, and then generate the output, which you can very well analyze later on. LangGraph is one of the frameworks which I am using to orchestrate the flow to ensure reliability rather than relying on single chaotic prompt. So it's all happening step by step. Deep dive context aware generation, ensuring relevance and accuracy. The AI is strictly instructed to understand role context and focus on real workplace scenarios. Quality guardrails, one correct option, strict logic, ensure validity. Explanation, every question includes a clear rationale, difficulty and tagging, auto tagging by topics and levels. Zero bias evaluation. So evaluation is happening without any biases. Instant feedback loop is there, which will basically help you to do the deterministic scoring. Uses an answer key basis to ensure 100% accuracy on MCQs. Zero bias evaluates based on logic, not trainer mood or fatigue. Same rules apply to every learner. Contextual advice uses the learner's specific incorrect answers to generate tailored advice. And speed identifies specific knowledge gaps immediately, no waiting for days. So this is the entire flow which we have. These are some of the tangible outcomes which we got. 80 to 90% reduction in the entire content creation. Evaluation savings 100% time. Eliminate the manual grading process. As and when the user will submit the test, you will get the response. You will get the result, right? Days to minutes, cycle time, reduction of assessment cycle following faster business readiness. One trainer can now effectively manage multiple batches simultaneously, right? Basically, your agent is considered as a trainer, which will take care of all the MCQs and assess all the learners who are attempting the exam. Value across the organization for trainers and SMEs, elimination of repetitive questions, writing and grading, frees up time for high value mentoring and facilitation. For L&D managers, ensure standardized assessment quality across different roles, easy scaling without headcount growth, and for HR and capability teams, provide objective data-driven skills, readiness signals, enables accurate leadership reporting. So faster onboarding, new hires reach productivity faster due to instant evaluation cycle, less reliance on expensive subject matter experts for routine tasks, shift learning from gut feeling to objective data, lower the cost, higher the speed, high impact organizational capability. As of now, what we are doing in the solution, which I am going to show you, is role-based. It will generate the role-based MCQs, instant feedback, and basic analytics can be done. But you can expand this further as well by doing the subjective evaluation also, right? For example, as of now, it's all about MCQs. If there are some subjective questions, so we can go ahead and we can use rubric-based AI scoring as well. Adaptive learning, personalized learning paths triggered by assessment gaps, and your seamless connection with LMS and HRMS, right? You can very well connect with your systems out there. So for the client which we implemented, it was their own system and we integrated our solution with them, and they are basically using that with their existing systems. Compliance is audit ready assessments for regulated industries. Assessment as strategic asset. AI handles the scale and consistency. L&D focuses on impact and growth. Organizations gain visibility and agility. Assessment is no longer a manual administrative burden. It is an intelligent, automated, and scalable. Right. So that is the entire solution which we have created and what benefit we got from uh, this particular solution, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that a small demo, and then I will take all of your questions. The entire solution I have created on Python, right? So here you can see the entire code, which obviously I will not explain that because we are coming from a non-technical background, so may not understand this. I'll just launch this application and I'll show you what is happening. So here you can see that. Let me just zoom it. So this is one of the demos which we have created to showcase you guys. But for the client which we implemented, the front end and all was very interactive and very powerful because we are not like I am not a front end developer. So we had a front end team who developed the entire front end using the Node.js and other technologies. But here I just created some of the basic front end so that you can understand the flow, what is happening. So we had different pages. One page is for admin, second page is for your learner who is going to attempt, and third page is for the result. As of now, I just put it in the tabs, but obviously admin will have a separate login, learner will have a separate login like that, right? So here you can see different roles: customer support associate, data analyst, and HR executive. Same way you can have multiple roles as well. Let's say I'm going with HR executive. What all skills I want to create content for? MCQs for leave policy, conflict handling, onboarding, compliance basics. Here you can integrate your company's documents as well. As of now, this is more of a general MCQs will be created. But suppose you want to use your company policy as a reference and want to create the entire MCQs, you can very well do that as well, right? So we have the leave policy, conflict handling, onboarding, and compliance basics. You can decide how many MCQs you want to create, right? So here I have options up till 20. So let's say I want to go with 5 and generate the assessment. So once I do that, you can see it is executing. Your Gen AI model is under the hood running in, and it is going to generate the 5 MCQ questions for me. So here you can see that HR exec 001, HR executive role, 5 questions are created, right? Now once learner will log in, here you can see that the HRX001 is coming in, and here you can see the questions about the leave policy, conflict handling, onboarding, compliance basics, and leave policy, right? Suppose I am choosing some random values out here and I am submitting it. Result submitted successfully. I'll go to the result, and here you can see that evaluate now, right? I click on that, it will evaluate. Again, Gen AI coming into picture. It will evaluate the entire solutions, and based on that, it will generate the response. So I got 0% because all my answers are wrong, right? So here you can see all the answers, the correct answer, what I have chosen, and what is the correct answer, all coming in. In the client solution we have created, it was more like a very presentable outcome. As of now, as I mentioned, it's a pretty much for demo purpose only. That's why you'll see something like a JSON format. And below you are getting the feedback as well. Strengths, demonstrating understanding of importance of employee well-being and work-life balance. Recognize the need of compliance in HR practice. Showed awareness on onboarding process and some of the gaps and the next actions. Everything will be generated by your machine itself. Same as suppose I want to go for data analyst, right? These are the topics which I want to ask question for. It will generate the assessment for me. So here you can see, and if I go here, here are the questions, right? You can read the table and read the question and select the answers. Let's say I'm again randomly choosing something and submit. Once that is done, I'll go to the result and evaluate, and it will again evaluate for me. Same way for different roles we can do. Here again, I got 60% marks. Some of the answers are correct, some of the answers are wrong. The feedback, the gaps, and the actions, right? These are the two wrong answers. Rest of the answers are correct. Same as what we can do for the third role and so on, so forth, right? You can increase the number of questions. Let's say I want 10 questions. And as I mentioned, we can integrate this with our company's document, company's training material. For example, let's say you are having certain data analytics training and you have the, what do you say? You have the, this thing, right? Transcript for the entire training. So you can pass the transcript as a source, and based on the transcript, it will generate the question for you, right? So that customization we can do as well by introducing the RAG concept. So once I submit it, I can evaluate. And these are the wrong answers which we had, right? So this is the entire solution which is coming in, right? Which I wanted to talk about. The main purpose of this session is basically to help you understand that how we can integrate the power of Gen AI in our day-to-day work, right? And this is one of the solutions which we have built. The main purpose why we are conducting this session is you can come up with your pain points and we can help you to understand about how we can solve those pain points, and maybe that can give you the idea that what type of solutions can be built. You can take help from your technical team and you can ask to implement those type of solutions. So that is the main motive of this particular sessions which we are conducting. And you can see here everything is all driven by machine. We are not doing anything. We just ask machine to generate, evaluate, and give me the feedback as well, right? So very powerful stuff. And we can very well implement this type of solutions, integrate with our own applications as well, so that you can use that in your day-to-day task also, right? So now I want you guys to ask your questions. Any doubts you have, let me know. Anything which you want to discuss, we can have a discussion on the same. I see around 47 people out there. So any doubts, any queries, anything which you want, let me know. Today's session, we wanted more of an interactive. That's why the content is only for half an hour. Now we can have a discussion. Anything which you want, we can have a discussion. Anything which you think we can expand the functionality in this solution also, we can have some brainstorming on this. Shall we integrate coding assessment for tech teams? Yes. The subjective part, I think, which you are talking about. So we can very well do that. As of now, I just went with the MCQs, but we can integrate this with the subjective type of problem statements as well, where learners will pass on the code and machine will check the syntax and the logic. That we can do as well. MCQs are very basic assessment, expectation, real-time scenarios assessment. That is what I mentioned. This is the basic solution which we have shown you. We can expand it further as well. So for our client, we did that, the coding assessment and the problem statements which they are working on in real time based on that assessment. We have already integrated that. For you guys, I just wanted to show you that this can be done. This is possible. So if you want, you can further expand it as well, right? So that's why you can share, we have shared the form as well. You can share that what all type of assessments you want, what all type of things you want in the Gen AI application. We can demo in every month, right? So if you will share the details, I will work on those type of solution and I can showcase that. All right, so I'll wait for 5 minutes. If no questions coming in, we can end the session. All right, so I think no questions coming in. I hope you got something from here. We'll connect in the next session. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.